Hey, it's Ramsey Dewey over here in Shanghai, China. We're going to show you some techniques today. What techniques? Sprawls, and what to do after you sprawl. So, Ali is going to shoot for a takedown. If I don't move my hips, he's going to take me down. Very simple way to compensate for that. He's going to shoot, and I'm going to move my hips as far away from him as possible and drive them down on top of him. Okay? One more time. He shoots. I sprawl. I either have head and arm control, double unders. I need to push this head down. But the question is, what do we do afterwards? I'll give you a couple of options. So let's go down into that sprawl control position. When I say sprawl control position, this is what I'm talking about. My chest is on his upper back. I've got some hooks in here, either head and arm or double unders. Let's move into a side right. I need to drive his head down to the floor. If he can look up, he can get out. He can sit out, he can stand up, he can do a lot of things, right? So I'm going to drive this head down into the floor, staple his forehead down. I'm going to take this arm, I'm going to reach down here, grab his hand. This is not small joint manipulation. I'll pull his hand into his chest, and I will take my knee and drive it in here. So if he were to posture up so you can see where my leg is, right there. Okay, but let's come back down here. Drive this down. Now I've put myself in a position where I have a free hand. I'm putting pressure on him. I can strike here, I can strike here, I can strike here. If he does start to posture up, cool, I can keep striking him or work into a bulldog choke. I'm gonna sprawl, drive the head down, grab this, pull it in, drive this in, strike, 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 etc. This knee in here, this is important. Here, get that position on me. Get a side right on me. And now he doesn't have his knee wedged in here right now.
Do you want me to have it or not?
Yeah, so he's got his knee in here. This is important. I can't grandly roll out in this case. Right, this limits my options. This is a nice wedge. Now take it out for a minute. Now I've got a bunch of space to work with that I did not have before, where I can re-guard and re-stand up, etc. So let's come on down here. So again, under, pull this in, wedge this knee in. All right, so I got a nice side right here. Okay, here's another technique. From sprawl control, I've got head and arm. We have a bunch of submission options. Did you know that? But they're all dependent on controlling the head. If he can look up, again, he can get up. Okay? You guys know how to sit out? This movement, here, get sprawl control on me. So that's a side right, move to sprawl control on the front.
So,
Like you just sprawled.
okay. Thank you.
There we go. So that's sprawl control. Okay. And if I can peek my head out, I can sit out, right? So let's not allow that to happen. If I can control the head and keep him down, I've got some submission options. If I've got this underhook here, I can start moving toward an armbar. There are a few ways to do that. If I can get this leg over, if I can get this leg up, we've got arm bars right here. What else? Now, I'm not a huge fan of submissions from sprawl control because
You can punch me.
yeah, because I can punch him, but also because sometimes this head is hard to control. Let's say I want a Peruvian necktie. So I've got his head here. I'm going to step over here. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to sit down and, okay. So I've got his head trapped right here. I'm cutting off the circulation between my legs.
Yeah, this
with
one
my
is
arms.
nasty.
It's nasty, but sometimes you fail. How about this one? I get into sprawl control. Okay, I've got my head and arm. I work into a 3/4 Nelson. I drive his head down, I pull him up, and I move into a Darce choke. Okay, let's show that one more time. So I'll use this one a lot. This arm goes over. Notice I move from the front to the side. This is very important. Super important transition. We won't get into a grip like this from the front. You gotta move to the side. Now, this arm underneath, I crank it up. This arm on top, I crank it down, and I can roll him over. Make him do an involuntary somersault. He's probably gonna pop back up to his knees, in which case we crank him back down again as many times as it takes. If he rolls onto his back, we can move over here to knee mount and start striking. What else can we do? Here, shoot on me, I'll sprawl. Move around the back, we can grab some legs. We can start scrambling. Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. So from sprawl control, I spin around basically. I've got my hands free, I can go either way. Here, turn around. So I can see the feet here. Right. So I spin around here. I grab his foot. I grab his knee. I drive. Okay. He sprawls. I rotate. I grab. I drive. Here we go.
You really use your weight good.
Yeah, you gotta put your weight on
That's
the
the
other
key.
guy.
Yeah.
So here, go ahead.
Us. Shoot.
Oh, shoot. Sprawl. Boom. So many options. So again, I like the side ride that I showed you before, and we can also transition from here to the 3/4 Nelson, north, south, etc. Did you know there's more than one way to sprawl? Here, stand back for a second. Now, we can sprawl like that. Everybody knows that. You can sprawl like that. You can sprawl with your legs out to the side, and there are different reasons why we might do that. If you got a smaller guy, or not a very strong shot, you can sprawl just by kicking your legs back. Go ahead, shoot. Okay? Now, really barrel into me. And if I do that, this may not be enough. Boom. And you may get overpowered. Right? So again, if you got a stronger guy shooting in on you, do that worm push-up sprawl.
So
Go ahead.
strong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
Okay. So he's got my legs. What am I doing? I'm getting
Ah,
his
you-
legs as far away from his hands as possible, putting as much weight on him as possible.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. We don't actually have to go all the way down. Let's turn around this way. You might notice in MMA fights, a lot of the fighters keep their lead arm low, sometimes all the way down, which seems very contrary to what you've probably heard about keep your hands up, right? If you see a guy out there in an MMA fight like this, here, get those hands up like that for a minute. Okay? The first instinct you should have is get under those arms.
Yeah.
Free takedowns. Okay? You got free access to the hips, free body locks, all that stuff. But I keep that arm low, and if I shoot for the hips, what happens? Look, this arm gets in the way. Look at that. Now he's got a free underhook. Right? If he's trying a takedown here, the arm's low. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I can keep that.
I got an underhook. Right? If he comes into me, if he tries to grab anything, go ahead.
I tried to take down?
Yeah, go ahead. Put some pressure on him, drive into him. Look, instant underhook. Okay? If I move into a Philly shell and I start putting pressure on him, okay, and he reaches for anything at all, reach for something, anything. Look, underhooks. It's like magic.
3 underhooks.
So, we don't actually have to go all the way down. So go ahead and shoot again. Look, underhook. One more time from this side.
Yeah, I cannot even drop to my knee if I...
Yeah, so there's actually a lot of wisdom in keeping the lead arm low, contrary to what you're generally taught to keep a high guard in Muay Thai class. Or
Like Stephen Wonderboy
way
Thompson.
up in a boxing class. Yeah, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. A lot of people say, they talk about how he's a great striker, which he is, but that stance is also engineered specifically to stop takedowns. So I'm fighting like this, and it looks like the sleeve bag is very open. He reaches for it. Look at that. Underhook. Stop that takedown, and now, boom, I can go back to doing some karate. What if you're on the other side of the equation? I shoot. Ali's gonna sprawl.
Sprawl with my hands.
Okay? If I stop, basically I'm toast. Okay? So what I like to do is combine the shot with the sit-up. I shoot, I sit up all together in one motion, right? So I count on the fact that my first attack is probably not gonna work. So I shoot, he sprawls, sit up.
Ah, yeah. That's a good trick.
Yeah.
I knew what you're gonna do.
So I'm just chaining my wrestling together. I mean, think about it. In boxing, all I do is throw one jab. Chances are you're gonna block it, you're gonna shoulder roll it, you're gonna parry it, you're gonna laugh at me, and I'm never gonna win that boxing match. Okay? But if I chain them together, 1, 2, maybe the second one's gonna land. And maybe not that second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Something's gonna land, right? So we apply the same idea to grappling, right? I shoot, I sprawl, I sit out, sit out, I get up, I clinch,
Yeah.
I shoot, and we do whatever it takes until he's on the floor, right? Just right there, how many attempts was that to put him down? I shot, I sat out, I shot again.
Yeah, it was
I
a
sat
lot,
out,
but it was fast.
I went for the ankle, I stood up on the single leg, and I finished on basically the 5th attempt. And he's cooperating.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah.
Yes, imagine how much more you have to do when you actually fight. It's a little bit more work than that. So, plan ahead, friends. All right, thank you for watching. Now get out there and train.
Hey fella, looks like you could use a rash guard. What for, you say? Well, they protect your skin against mat-borne illnesses, mat burn, and they make you look incredibly cool. But where do I get a rash guard from? Hey, have you heard of xmartial.com? Yeah? Then what are you waiting for? Check them out right now. xmartial.com has all kinds of rash guards, from sleek and simple, novelty, badass designs, and more. Channel your inner Japanese cartoon rat monster. Express your love for bad puns and kitty cats doing iconic jujitsu moves. Hey, that panda's gonna hit the other panda with a folding chair like a pro wrestler. And this one makes your right arm stand out. NoGiBJJGear.com is now xmartial.com, serving your needs beyond just no-gi Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, find brand new equipment for mixed martial arts, kickboxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, and more at xmartial.com. As always, use my code RAMSEY10 for 10% off everything on the website. Once again, that's xmartial.com. Rash guards, spats, shorts, and more. Links and discount codes in the description below.